Let's wait for 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
If the screen is visible to you,
Yes.
okay. Okay, let's start. If someone has joined, then we can join. So today we are going to discuss the Green Energy Unit 3. Unit 1 and 2 will be taught by Pankaj sir, and 3 and 4 will be taught by me. So first is the green energy, which is uh, having several its advantages. What is green energy actually? Green energy, that is not the color of green, because of its efficiency, because of its byproduct we are going to utilize the energy, all these things. Nowadays several alternative energy resources have been found which having less impact to the environment and more significance to our work. So apart among them, the hydrogen is the clean fuel or having a producing less amount of this byproduct or emissions. Perhaps hydrogen is the one type of fuel which does not produce any kinds or any gaseous harmful gases to environment, and having high much amount of energy within it. So actually start with the what is hydrogen and how it convert to energy. Hydrogen is the simplest element of the periodic table. If you remember, then H is starting the periodic table. H is the element hydrogen. So hydrogen is present in our atmosphere as H2, H2 or hydrogen molecule form. It cannot be exist as a atomic form. So hydrogen actually, what are the different types of gases present in the atmosphere? Can you say what are the different pure noble gases which can be found in the atmosphere that are not actually
Uh,
toxic and not in pollutant? Like,
yes. Yes.
what are these
It's
gases?
nitrogen,
Hmm.
oxygen,
Uh, and
uh,
carbon dioxide,
yeah, carbon
argon,
dioxide.
all the things. So
Yes.
most abundant gases found in atmosphere is nitrogen, not hydrogen. It is nitrogen, which is 78% abundant gas which is found in atmosphere. Apart from that, oxygen have 21%, and rest are argon, carbon dioxide, all these things. But in the list, you cannot find hydrogen is found in atmosphere, because hydrogen is a gas, H2 is a gas which is having higher energy and very much reactive. So it can attach to any other kind of things like hydrocarbon. Carbon is prone to attack the hydrogen and forming hydrocarbon, and this, that's why this hydrogen is not freely available in our atmosphere, but it is available in the different form like water having formula H2O, the oxide of hydrogen. Water is what is oxygen, one oxygen atom is attached to H2O. So in this sense, if you are looking to the our environment, then hydrogen is the most evident element present in our everywhere. You can see hydrogen is attached. Hydrocarbon, hydrogen is there. Water, H2, hydrogen is there. Everywhere hydrogen is mostly abundant element, not in atmosphere rather than in organic, inorganic. Everywhere hydrogen is attached along with some kinds of other elements. But pure hydrogen is you cannot found, or if it will be exist, then it will be some little amount of hydrogen can be exist. So this hydrogen having higher amount of energy because it is very reactive, it can be oxidized to form any form. So this hydrogen is called clean fuel or clean energy. So our scientists have now going on this type of research how this hydrogen which is present in atmosphere in different form can be extract the H2 molecule from that and utilize as it is a fuel, that is called hydrogen fuel, or it can convert to the energy or hydrogen energy. So this is very much young and new topic, and a lot of work has been already done, and there is a lot of work of this fine hydrogen or this clean fuel, because it is called as green fuel or clean fuel because it does not produce even 1 gram of any pollutant. It when it burns mean when sometime some substance burns that it left some residue like s or some gaseous pollutant that can be out from that when it burns. But that means combustion means adding of oxygen. Whenever you find that some hydrocarbon is born or in combustion takes place. Combustion means in the presence of oxygen. Like example, methane in our LPG cylinder. Methane is the gas from methane, propane. So methane, when it burns in presence of oxygen, it produces energy, heat energy, all these things. And the byproduct are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, all these things. But when hydrogen is born in presence of oxygen, no byproduct is at all. So this is called, it is a clean and green fuel. So let's start about how this hydrogen fuel can be used. So hydrogen, I already discussed this. The properties. Hydrogen is the simplest element. That is the atomic number is one, and its atomic weight is also one. That is called hydrogen 1H1, the simplest form. The most plentiful element in the universe. This sentence is not as hydrogen molecule, but the hydrogen atom which is attached to other kinds of elements, and it is found highest plentiful amount of hydrogen present in the universe. Everywhere it can be, you can be found hydrogen is attached. Then colorless gas with purple glow in this plasma state. When it is glowing, it does not produce any pollutant and it completely glow as a clean fuel, and the color is colorless. Gas is colorless, and when it glow some pinkish when it is burned. Then does not occur gas naturally. It is the important point. These are the properties. What are the properties of the hydrogen gas? Then you should note down these points. What is hydrogen gas? Sorry, not gas. What is the property of the hydrogen? Does not occur gas naturally. Matlab, that means H2 does not occur in our environment because it is very reactive. That's why pure hydrogen does not found in our environment. Then hydrogen gas is found in many organic compounds. All organic compounds you can found hydrocarbon. That's why it is called a hydrocarbon. Carbon is added to hydrogen. It's called hydrocarbon, and this is called organic compound. Then hydrogen is having high in energy. It's always higher energy. If it is this energy can be extracted, then our energy problem can be solved. So the scientists are focused to extract the pure hydrogen from the abundant element that is present. For example, if water H2O, we can remove the O, then pure hydrogen can be extracted from water. But the removal of this oxygen from H2, that is not easy. That's why it is our now it is in developing stage, and pure hydrogen is getting pure hydrogen or H2. It's having quite difficult. So we will see all the details. Clean and sustainable option for powering in future, as it is does not produce any byproduct or pollutant. It is as a clean and sustainable option. Sustainable, that's why, because it is present most evidently, it never ends. It also meets our needs, our generation needs, as well as if we find a way such that this hydrogen can be extract from our universe or any organic compound, and then it can be utilized, then it is present so much amount that our next generation they are also utilize the hydrogen energy with this the hydrogen is clean energy, and there is no shortage of energy that happens. Nowadays we are mostly depend on this fossil fuel, petrol, diesel, coal. So these are actually what are these are called, these are coal, fossil fuel as renewable or non-renewable. These are actually adjustable resources. One day these resources will be finished, but this hydrogen energy is, or hydrogen is does not finish. It is mostly present everywhere. So we have to just find out the way to extract the S2 from this different form of hydrogen. So has the potential to replace harmful emitter like conventional fossil fuel. Obviously, fossil fuel, when fossil fuel born, different carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, all the things are emitted. But hydrogen is so clean that it cannot generate even single harmful gas cannot be generated here. So these are the different properties of hydrogen. Why we are looking, or scientists are looking for this hydrogen is utilized as a fuel, or why hydrogen is called a clean fuel. Okay, so where we can get hydrogen then? Hydrogen, how we can get? So there are different methods to get hydrogen. Some of them are steam reforming. Steam reforming. Second is your electrolysis. Third is your reaction of acids and metals. Then hydrogenation on unsaturated substrate, reducing equivalent in biochemical reaction, and this alum galvide. These are the different forms of hydrogen. We will discuss these are what are these things, and see this hydrogen having one single electron in its outside shell and one with this in nucleus. So hydrogen can be utilized as a green fuel. We will discuss this from hydrogen, how this hydrogen can be obtained from the universe. We will discuss later. Let's move forward. So hydrogen is energy that can be produced by creating a reaction between hydrogen and oxygen. That means H2 when react with oxygen O2, that produce high amount of heat. That is high amount of heat. That's why that means combustion takes place everywhere. When some fuel is combustion takes place, mean in presence of oxygen it react, it produce energy like other fuel. Same kind of hydrogen is also react in presence of oxygen and produce high amount of energy, and this energy is so much high you can utilize this energy in different ways. Like here in this figure, this hydrogen is born, and this energy can be transferred in a vehicle to run. So nowadays actually this hydrogen energy is mostly converted to hydrogen fuel in form of running a vehicle, or like nowadays you have to see an electric vehicle. Electricity or battery is operated vehicle which are now growing day by day. But the hydrogen vehicles are also some kinds of this kind of vehicle which can be run with the hydrogen. First, what happen? We can collect the hydrogen and store in a tank, like LPG cylinder, CNG cylinder. Similarly, hydrogen cylinder is also there. Hydrogen is extract from the atmosphere or any universe, from water, from different properties, different form, and this hydrogen is kept in a cylinder in a compressed from like a same like a LPG cylinder, but inside the cylinder pure hydrogen, liquid hydrogen is there, and that hydrogen can be used as a fuel like LPG fuel. So this is a hydrogen fuel. It can be stored in produce electricity. There are so many utilizations there. It can run vehicle, it can produce electricity, it can produce heat energy. and continuous power supply also provided by this hydrogen energy. So is the consumption of all worldwide with the crude oil will increase 40% by 2025. That means we are depend mainly for the energy crude oil or the petroleum or fossil fuel is the main source of energy nowadays. But this hydrogen can be replaced. This is my the option for replacement the main of the fossil fuel. So it is a alternative fuel and this is a secondary carrier just as electricity. Like electric is the second option for running some or getting energy. Like whenever you are need heat energy, whenever you need power a motor, you can just and give from take energy from electricity. Like same way, hydrogen is also used as alternative as electricity, and it involves five basic issues. But this hydrogen have different issues on that. What is the issue? First is the production. How, as we discussed, hydrogen is not found in atmosphere, they can directly collect. So producing of this hydrogen is very much important. How this hydrogen is production takes place and how it can be stored. Then the storage and transport, because hydrogen is gas. We can be produced and form compact the hydrogen gas in the form of liquid and store in a this type of cylinder. These like HPV cylinder and huge tanks are there. So this storage of this hydrogen is also a great task. Then transport. We have to take one place to another place for our need the energy purposes. So storage, transport, production. These are the issues we can be taken out. Then hydrogen gas is maybe a next alternative to the fossil fuel. Usage of hydrogen energy sources. Once we produce, store, transport, then next stage is the combustion process. Hydrogen when reacts with oxygen, that means the process where we can generate the energy. This process we have to also optimize. Then safety, as hydrogen is very much reactive gases and it can easily burn, so safe, it is not safe to use freely. So the safety we have to keep in mind. Then economics and management. As we know, like a fossil fuel, the getting the fuel and burning the fuel, it is very much easy as compared to the other form. But this hydrogen production, storage, management, the conversion of to the energy, safety precautions, all the price. What is the price of this hydrogen? How it cost for liter 1 liter of hydrogen, and how it can be get, where it can be get. These are the issues which have to be addressed. If these issues are addressed properly, that means we can get easily hydrogen in low cost, and it is also how utilized to the energy in a safer way. And like LPG cylinder, we can use to transport from one place to another place in a short tank. So this is a next generation fuel or green energy fuel for the our future generation. So these are the some issues we have to consider. Then come to fuel cell. Have you heard about the cell? Cell means one button. That means one kind of storage where the conversion of the fuel to energy takes place. That is called fuel cell. So hydrogen fuel cell is the device in which we inject the hydrogen and its combustion takes place inside the cell and energy can be generated. Like in motorcycle, there is a fuel cell where we inject the petrol or diesel, and inside this engine we the diesel petrol burns and it can be converted into this mechanical energy. So like that, this when hydrogen energy is converted to mechanical energy or electrical energy, the conversion instrument is called fuel cell or hydrogen fuel cell. So these hydrogen fuel cell are electrochemical energy conversion tool. See, electrochemical energy conversion tool, that means it can generate electric energy as well as chemical energy, but it is a form of energy. It can convert one form to another form. As we know the laws of energy cannot be created, not be destroyed, but it convert to one form to another form. So we have to know how it can convert the hydrogen to the energy form. So a fuel cell combines hydrogen, oxygen to produce these three. What is electricity? It can heat it, it can produce water, because when oxygen is combined with hydrogen, what is the result? H2O, nothing else. That is not a pollutant, or this is not a byproduct. Water, simple water. So this is the product when oxygen is react with hydrogen. That means hydrogen plus oxygen, it results, what results? Result H2O, water. And it gives lots of energy of heat and electricity, or this energy. Fuel cell differ from batteries. Battery, you do not actually, we are in our mind that is having cell mean battery, but it is fuel cell is not a kind of battery, because inside the fuel cell the combustion takes place, but inside the battery what happen? Only the electron can be passed from anode to cathode. So this is purely different. That means is the kind of fuel, hydrogen fuel cell, a kind of a what called that is engine, not like a battery. It is kind of engine where the chemical and electrochemical energy can be converted. So fuels are all encompassing uh, promising technology. That means nowadays actually this fuel cell is not fully developed, actually not efficiently fully developed. Already it was developed, but whenever there is, it is not cost effective, or the fuel is not found properly, then it is not in use. So in laboratory we are developed some fuel cell, hydrogen fuel cell, that can convert hydrogen to energy, but not in a commercial way. So this is a developing technology, where either in next 10 years or 20 years it might be possible to bring it to the comfort the common people. Nowadays in Japan this technology is going to be developed. They are mainly focusing on this hydrogen energy for running all the industries, all these locomotive, all these vehicles, etc. But other countries are focusing in electric vehicle, EV, electric vehicle, like electric battery technology. But this is not a kind of battery technology, it's purely different thing. Source of heat and electricity for building, you can use in anywhere, as it burns with oxygen to give heat, electricity. So if you have a fuel cell, or this fuel, hydrogen fuel cell, or a hydrogen engine, let's say it is called hydrogen electricity generating engine. If you have this kind of engine, and you have sufficient amount of hydrogen in your cylinder, in your storage, then you can convert this energy to your daily workout required energy. Then electric power sources for electric motors propelling vehicles. Obviously, the fast utilization of this vehicle, or this hydrogen fuel cell is used in vehicle to run the vehicle. This is your fast. This is going to be developed by the company, in Japanese company, that's called Toyota. Have you heard about this motor vehicle company Toyota? This Toyota company has first implement this kind of fuel cell in their vehicles, and this is they can successfully also run these vehicles which a very efficient way without any pollutions. So this is in developing stage, and now it is be ongoing, research is ongoing. So fuel cell operates best in pure hydrogen. That's why it is very much very effective. And the pure hydrogen, it cannot be utilized impure hydrogen like water, or any impurities are present in hydrogen. Pure H2, when it is present, then only is fuel cell is working. So in order to get pure H2, that is again different part, production of hydrogen gas. Then some fuel cell even can be fully directly. That means any, there are different types of this cell or engine where you can generate this energy. And the which some fuel cell require pure hydrogen, some fuel cell require some other types of forms of hydrogen, that may be a greater advantages. In the future hydrogen could also join electricity as an important energy carrier. This is undergoing. This is not as I said, this fuel cell is partly developed for only those vehicles, motor vehicles, not generating electricity, or not generating any kinds of thermal power, like thermal power plant or nuclear power plant. for generating electricity. This is in developing stage, and in future it may be happen that all the electricity also replaced by this hydrogen fuel. Hydrogen can also be transported, like I have said that in a cylinder the hydrogen fuel is kept in a liquid form like LPG gases. The hydrogen gas is there, and the cylinder can be transported one place to another place. But there are some issues, some demerit also there. Let's discuss it is. So, for example, we can produce electric energy, hydrogen, and store in only needed. That is it is an example of the fuel cell that is developed by Toyota company, and which is the which can replace the engine of your car, of their car and vehicles. And they can utilize this hydrogen as energy fuel for this type of engine. This is a in development stage, and Toyota company has successfully developed this kind of energy engine that we call hydrogen fuel cell. Uh, there are also some France, some platforms are there. They can also developing this hydrogen, working on this research. Research is going to be for the hydrogen fuel cell. All the thing. The world largest hydrogen-based energy management system coupled with photovoltaic cell. Actually, what happened? The pure hydrogen fuel cell is not actually going to be work, because the production of hydrogen is very much difficult process, and so many things are there. So it can be hybridized with different systems. Hybridized means some part of the energy that can be produced by other sources, and some part of the energy can be replaced by this hydrogen. So it can be coupled with photovoltaic cell. That means solar energy. If the solar energy, hydrogen energy, both are work together, then it can be having a better efficiency. So where the hydrogen energy can be used, that means we are having already seen the main utilization of hydrogen as a fuel is in the jet engine of rockets, where liquid hydrogen is stored in the jet rockets, which have to be place the what when they different satellites in our earth orbit or going for the moon, etc. The name is RS-25. This is the name of the fuel, and authorized on the space shuttle main engine is liquid fuel hydrogen and cryogenic pocket engine. Actually it is called cryogenic. Cryogenic means the temperature is, or the liquid hydrogen is stored below 193 degrees centigrade, minus 193 degrees centigrade. So minus 190 degree means, see how much it is cooled, like liquid nitrogen. It also cryogenic. So it the hydrogen fuel or pure H2 gas, which can be liquid at this temperature only. So very cool temperature is needed to convert the gaseous hydrogen to the liquid hydrogen, and this temperature is below 190 degrees, then it's called cryogenic. So this rocket engine contains this RS-25 or this fuel liquid hydrogen, because the efficiency of this production of energy is more. See this cryogenic hydrogen liquid, which can be liquid hydrogen and mixed with the oxygen, because whenever pure hydrogen when combines with oxygen, then only energy can be generated. So RS-25, these types of fuel, which can be combination of both hydrogen and liquid oxygen. There are two separate chambers are there. One chamber contains pure oxygen, one chamber contains pure hydrogen. If they are combined, they produce very large amount of energy, which is producing high thrust like this, and the rocket can be propelled in very high speed. So this is the main uses nowadays. The pure hydrogen can be used as the in fuel in or cryogenic liquid fuel for propelling our satellites to the space in the rocket mainly, or jet. So this is the this operates the extreme temperature. So this maintaining of this cryogenic temperature is itself one challenges. So that's why it is not used in normal vehicles or normal our normal purposes. That's why it having limited uses. So if we convert this liquid hydrogen and maintain this cryogenic temperature, then we may use it is in our common purposes. But the research is going on. One day this may be possible. The temperature of the core combustion chamber is reaches 3300 approximately centigrade. See how much temperature can be generated if the pure hydrogen can be born in oxygen. So it generates a very huge high amount of energy when it is born in the oxygen. So that's why it is used in the rocket to propel this satellite to the outer space. So hydrogen vehicle, see this is the one example how hydrogen can be utilized in propulsion of vehicle. So onboard fuel for motive power, the motive power that means the energy which can transfer to a motion or transfer to a kinetic energy that is called motive power. That means the motor to rotate a motor, the energy can be transferred, so that's called motive power. That's why the hydrogen fuel can be utilized fast for the conversion of this motive power, that means to run the vehicle. Chemical energy of hydrogen is mechanical energy. It is a different form of energy. It is chemical. Hydrogen is chemical energy that converted to mechanical energy that rotate the motors, and this mechanical energy transport the vehicle one place to another place. So not an energy sources but energy carrier. See, hydrogen vehicle, that means which utilize hydrogen as a fuel, and inside the hydrogen vehicle the engine is a hydrogen fuel cell. Here the engine is replaced by hydrogen fuel cell, and the in place of the CNG gases we are kept here hydrogen tank, hydrogen as a gas. This is the replacement. In place of CNG we are using hydrogen, and in place of this car engine we are utilizing this hydrogen fuel cell. That's why it is not a generator of hydrogen. Generator is a different thing, and we just carry this hydrogen to run this vehicle. That's why it is a not the sources but is a carrier. No carbon dioxide emissions. As we know, hydrogen is purely combined with oxygen to form water only, nothing else. No carbon dioxide, no sulfur dioxide, no all any other pollutant. So it is called, that's why it is called the clean gases. No pollutant generation takes place. Produce only nitrogen dioxide when born with ICE. That means sometimes it generates NOx if there is some impurities are there. If there is no impurity, pure hydrogen gases, then it can be uh, purely clean. This is the Honda company also, they're using the hydrogen fuel cell for demonstrating the vehicle. This actually this locomotive vehicles are produced by this Toyota company and this Honda company, but these are not in India. These are technically developed in Japan, because Japanese are very fond of this hydrogen or clean energy. Then this hydrogen is run the vehicles. It can also run automobiles, buses, bicycles, the various kinds of vehicle we can use the hydrogen fuel cell at the for the running of this vehicle. Motorcycle, scooter, aeroplanes, square, tractor, all the things are can be run or fueled by this hydrogen vehicle, because we have to replace the an engine with this hydrogen fuel cell. Here, hydrogen fuel cell is the engine. So the large investment in infrastructure would be required. This is the negative point, or this may be developing stage. So to getting the pure hydrogen, because if the hydrogen is present in different form but not in pure form, that's why it is very difficult. To get the pure form of hydrogen, a large investment infrastructure should be required. So to fuel the vehicles and insufficiency production of the process, because a lot of technology is be needed and so much infrastructure and money is needed for this green technology or green fuel or hydrogen fuel. Because if you cost 1 liter of hydrogen as 500 rupees, and which can runs only 50 kilometer, no one can use this type of fuel which is very costly and also not having efficiency, greater efficiency. That's why this is very not kind of using things. Then typical hydrogen fuel cell is also very expensive to produce. The hydrogen production itself is a great task, and the engine, the hydrogen fuel cell producing this engine is also a great task. It is also very expensive. That's why it is not used everywhere. And the efficiency of hydrogen fuel cell depends largely on how much power is taken from it. That also depends the efficiency of the engine. The fuel itself is costly. The engine itself of the hydrogen fuel cell is also making it also costly. Then next is the efficiency. How much distance travel for 1 liter of hydrogen? That also depends. If the it is also very costly. How much power will be taken? If you are running 40 kilometer per hour, then same 1 liter of this hydrogen can consume within 1 hour. If you are running 80 kilometer per hour, then same 1 liter of hydrogen can be run in half an hour. So how much energy you are extracting from this burning of this hydrogen, that depends how much what is the power you can taken out. So power taken out is inversely proportional to efficiency. If the efficiency is increases, power taken is decreases, and power taken is increases, then efficiency also decreases. So that's why this hydrogen fuel cell having now it developing stage to and it can be developed more for these types of problem. Then what are the negative side? Why the hydrogen cell or fuel cell is not uses in everywhere? Low energy content per unit volume. Low energy content per unit volume. Per unit volume is per meter cube per liter. The efficiency is very less. So obviously the production of hydrogen is costlier, and the engine is also costlier, and the average is also costlier. That means we cannot use in the common fuel. Even if it produces less, it does not produce any pollutant for the environment. But we are not so much rich to buy this kind of things. Higher tank weight, because the hydrogen is gas is cryogenic. Cryogenic meaning it is liquid hydrogen is having minus 190 degree and 250 temperature. That means it is very cool temperature needed. So that's why heavy and fully loaded cylinders are required with for the safe transport of this hydrogen fuel, because it is when small leak is also even there in hydrogen cylinder, it explodes immediately, because outside the cylinder lots of amount of oxygen is present in air, and once the hydrogen gas is come contact with the oxygen, what happens, it explodes suddenly and releases high volume of amount of energy. So there is the safety, from the safety purposes, the tank should not be leaked. That's why the tank weight is very much high for transportation of these hydrogen gases. This is one greater disadvantages, because of the safety of this hydrogen gas. It is very much explosive. It can explode even in small contact with the atmosphere. Very high storage vessel pressures. High amount of pressure is required to compress the hydrogen gases. That also it is very much, it is also negative side. And the storage, once generated, the storage is a challenging task, because it is explosive gases, and lots the storage from transportation, all the things are needed for the cautiously to be done. Then transportation itself, filling of gaseous or liquid hydrogen in vehicles, obviously like petrol diesel is immediate, we can fill easily or replace easily when it is finished, but hydrogen gas cannot be replaced easily because of this explosive nature. It's used a very high quality of environment or very inert environment to fill the station, fill the gases without in presence of oxygen. So this kind of infrastructure to be needed to completely run the vehicles in the hydrogen fuel. So this is that's why the hydrogen fuel is not utilized nowadays, but some study purpose or some pilot scale or some laboratory scale we are utilizing this hydrogen energy, and mainly the hydrogen energy or hydrogen gas utilized in our rocket or that jet engine, where very large amount of force is needed to escape from the earth surface. That's why where we can use the hydrogen and oxygen directly, but not in our common practices. So this is all about the hydrogen energy, which is what are the advantages, what is its efficiency. So next slides we are going to discuss the production. How that I have skipped the things now. How it is produced. That means this one. How hydrogen gas is produced. So there are different forms or different kinds of things that can be used for the production of hydrogen. Let's see this how this hydrogen can be formed. Okay, so hydrogen, uh, the sources of hydrogen is different things, but the production of hydrogen, we are going to different methods are there. Everywhere the hydrogen can be found, like hydrogen can be formed from the biomass, natural gas, coal, petroleum, nuclear, solar. Everywhere hydrogen can be get by utilizing all the things. So we have to choose clearly where we can get the hydrogen, pure hydrogen, very efficiently or very effectively. That's why we are going to choose this method. So there are different methods are there. See the in the slides the percentage of hydrogen, how we can get natural gases having hydrogen. Why these natural gases and coal, all the things are the content of hydrogen? Because it is hydrocarbon, HC, CH4. In this is the LPG gases, that is natural gases, CH4. One carbon is there, four hydrogen is there. Obviously, C2H5. All the things, all natural gases, coal, carbon, everywhere, hydrogen is combined with one carbon atom. That's why it is not pure form. So the carbon is separated, one separate from the hydrogen. That is the process where we can get pure hydrogen. So natural gases having as natural gases is present in gaseous form, and hydrogen is also gaseous form. So natural gases is more compatible to separate the hydrogen gases. So it is having higher percentage. So what is the pathway to hydrogen? That is, it is a renewable energy, heat, biomass, mechanical energy, electricity. Both of these can be utilized or manufacture of the hydrogen gases. Let's discuss one by one. So there are different hydrogen production methods are there in the slides. We are having this na. These are the different the methods of hydrogen production. So in these slides we are going to discuss here. Most methods of producing hydrogen involve splitting water into component parts of the hydrogen and oxygen. The most common method involves steam reforming and methane from the natural gases, although there are several methods. As there are so many methods are there, but mostly two things are utilized to produce the hydrogen. First is what is splitting of water, because water is present evidently in our surfaces, that is in sea water or all the water. So if the oxygen molecule is separated, pure hydrogen can be easily generated. The method which how this is can be generated, it is called this is very much cheap. That's why we can use this splitting of water molecule. And next is steam reforming of methane, CH4. Methane is CH4. One carbon is detached, then H4 directly H4 is there. Two H2 molecules can be found. So these two methods is mostly utilized. So what is steam reforming? Steam reforming converts methane and other hydrocarbon into hydrogen and carbon monoxide by steam over a nickel catalyst. Whenever this hydrocarbon or natural gases methane is passed through a nickel catalyst and in presence of oxygen, what happened? Carbon is attached with oxygen from carbon monoxide and the hydrogen is released in another way, that is 2H2. So one molecule of methane releases one carbon monoxide and two hydrogen molecules. Have you clear of that? This is a very efficient method for this production of hydrogen. CH4 plus oxygen, what happened? It produces CO plus 2H2. 2s2. So this hydrogen is clean hydrogen that can be stored, and this is another, it can be converted to the different form. So this equation is called as steam reforming, and this reaction is happen with the help of a nickel catalyst and influence of oxygen. So this is called steam reforming. You have to remember this, what is steam reforming. Then next method is electrolysis. Everyone have just idea about what is electrolysis. Electrolysis is the process where one anode is there, cathode is there, and when we are applying electric field, then what happen? Oppositely charged ion are moved to oppositely and cathode or anode. So this is electrolysis where uses electric current to split water. Particularly water, when we apply electric current to water, then what happens? The water, the H2O molecule, they split out. They are releases oxygen. What is the reaction? Electrolysis process. Water, when electric current is there, electric current is supplied within the water. What happens? Hydrogen and oxygen are separated, and this hydrogen can be kept in a separate vessel to collect the hydrogen molecule. This is a simple reaction. This is called electrolysis reaction. This imposing the electrical current to the water, which can to the hydrogen at cathode and oxygen anode. The hydrogen and oxygen both are separated. So this is called electrolysis. So this steam reforming and electrolysis process, these are the two efficient method where we can uh, get pure hydrogen gases. Next method is steam electrolysis. It is written steam electrolysis is the variation of conventional electrolysis, uses heat instead of electricity. That's why it is called steam electrolysis. In normal electricity, we are applying electricity to separate the oxygen hydrogen, but in steam electrolysis, we are applying heat, not electricity. So same cases, the energy related to split water, making the process of energy efficient. In when water is applying high amount of heat, then it can also splits into hydrogen and oxygen gases. Next process is thermochemical water splitting. Uses chemical and heat to multiple steps in split water as into component parts. Here, different chemical substances are added to the water to split the hydrogen molecule. Next is photoelectrochemical. As the name suggests, photo means in presence of light and in presence of electrical energy and chemical energy, chemical reaction takes place, and the hydrogen gas is separated. This system uses semiconducting material like photovoltaic cell to split water using sunlight. Here this process does not need any electricity to split. Directly the solar energy can convert to electricity, and this electricity can be used for splitting the water molecule. That's why it is called a photoelectric chemical, or it is a hybrid technology that is called uses solar energy to produce electricity, and then this electric energy is utilized to split the water or to produce the hydrogen molecule. So this is one kind of hybrid technology. Normally, what happen in electrolysis process, the electric energy is needed. So where we can get electricity energy? Electric energy, we have to generate electricity first, na? Then we have to apply this to produce hydrogen gases. But in photoelectrical chemical, this hybrid technology, the solar energy is used instead of this electric energy. The next is photobiological. As the name suggests, system use microorganism to split water into sunlight. Some bacteria and some microorganisms are there. They are also capable of splitting the water molecule as hydrogen and oxygen molecule. By applying this kind of bacteria, we can also convert the pure hydrogen gases. There are the different process to get hydrogen gases, where once hydrogen gas is produced, we have to collect the hydrogen gases and store in a very much cryogenic and hard cell inside the cell, the storage tank. Then next is Biological system use microbe to break down a variety of biomass feedstock into hydrogen. These also these are all generating from water and methane. But some biomass or everywhere organic compound is there or hydrocarbon is there. Some biological agent or microbes also decompose the organic compound and releases hydrogen. For example, if some biomass or some in a paddy field, some residues are there, that is called biomass. After extracting the grains, the leftover is biomass, and this biomass we are just discarding it. Then some microbes are utilized to degrade this biomass, and it can be converted the hydrogen and the soil. It can convert the biomass to the mix into the soil. Then thermal water splitting. Next technology is uses very high temperature, approximately 1000 degrees centigrade, to split water. When the water actually boils at 100 degrees centigrade, but when suddenly it applies 10-fold energy, 1000 degrees centigrade, then also the hydrogen and the water can be get splitted. But how this temperature can be generated, how where this temperature can be used for getting this amount of heat, there is also need of energy is there. So if you are uh, utilizing more energy to get hydrogen, then it is not cost efficient. Yes, obviously we get hydrogen, but we have to find such a way that it require less energy to get hydrogen. So that is very much important. Next is gasification. Gasification means it uses heat to break down the biomass coal into gases, and thus hydrogen can be generated. This is called gasification. So this we are going to study in next few classes biomass energy, where the gasification technology is explained. Gasification means some biomass are heated in very high temperature, then the carbon compounds and the hydrogen gases both are separated, and this can be used as hydrogen, pure hydrogen, and can be stored in a safer places and utilized in a hydrogen fuel cell. So these are the different forms of this how this hydrogen gas can be obtained. So as you shown, the obtaining the hydrogen gas itself is a very much difficult task, and we need some energy to extract the hydrogen gases. If the energy is more than we are getting, then it is very cost effective. Sorry, very costly. That's why we are not going to these methods. Apart from this, all these methods, this only the first two things: steam reforming and electrolysis. These two process, most hydrogen gas can be converted or hydrogen can be obtained. We are going for these two things only, because the efficiency of producing the hydrogen gas is also important. Then hydrogen production, chemical hydrogen production is there. Hydrogen production via classical electrolysis, we are already discussed. Sustainable hydrogen production from renewable energy resources, solar and wind energy. That means we are utilizing the solar and wind energy to get or to produce hydrogen. We are not utilizing any thermal or any kind of electricity. So that's why it is called hybrid technology. We are going to discuss what is the hybrid technology in subsequent classes. So this is called sustainable hydrogen production. That means what is sustainable hydrogen production? When you are utilizing solar or wind or any renewable energy to produce hydrogen, then it is called a sustainable hydrogen production. This is also important questions. What is called sustainable hydrogen production? Then novel the concept of solar cells or their cells are the alternatives. When we are utilizing this, they can also produce hydrogen. Hydrogen production via photoelectrolysis. Obviously, this solar energy converted to electricity, then it can convert it to hydrogen gases. Biomass conversion, thus gasifications, thermal conversions, all biomasses are one utilized to produce gaseous hydrogen. So there are very much challenges are there when we talking in terms of hydrogen productions. A lot of challenges is there. It is not easy task to get pure hydrogen gas or hydrogen energy. So hydrogen production of hydrogen itself the challenges. Next term is thing is what is that to convert this hydrogen to utilize energy. That is also challenges. That is called the engine is called hydrogen fuel cell. So hydrogen fuel cell, constructing a hydrogen fuel cell is also very much costly. So these are some chemical hydrogen productions, examples of chemical hydrogen production. How the hydrogen can be produced. For example, here the NaBH4. NaBH4 is one chemical. When mixed with water with some catalyst, in some catalyst, the hydrogen can be gas be evolved with some byproduct. When you utilize these things also, you can generate pure hydrogen molecule, and this hydrogen molecule can be collect and it can be stored in a tank. So this is called chemical hydrogen production. You utilize different chemical to produce this pure hydrogen. Our motto is the aim is to produce pure hydrogen, as it is not present in atmosphere but present in different compound form. Solution is also non-flammable. We are refer this chemical production because of these things. This is not flammable. Reaction is controlled by this catalysis and control H2 combustion. This hydrogen gas is produced that also can be controlled. No high pressure is required, and this is not toxic in nature. This byproduct, if the byproduct is toxic, then we cannot utilize these things because we are talking about green, clean energy. Not only our motto is to develop or generate energy with the cost of any toxic substance. We are talking is a clean energy because it does not produce any byproduct or pollutant that can harm to our environment. And recycling of this thing also very much easy. That's why this is the chemical process we are going to be adopt. See, in electrolysis process, what happened? H and OH, water is degraded into H plus and OH minus ion, and this OH minus ion can be released oxygen molecule, and this hydrogen molecule can be separated with a different form of hydrogen gases. So this is the overall reaction for the electrolysis process when there is positive and negative terminals are deep into the anode and cathode. So simply this reaction takes place. Where see there is no byproduct there. Oxygen is also very much important gases is also required for us, and this hydrogen also uses clean energy. So both are very efficiently produce this type of. When oxygen is required, we also do this hydrolysis, and hydrogen gas required, we also do hydrolysis. And this hydrolysis process is very much uh, cost effective, and it is you can also do hydrolysis. Just take some two plates, dip into the water, and just apply electricity. You can see the bubbles are coming out from these two electrodes. From positive cathode, some hydrogen gases also relieved, and anodes, the oxygen gas is relieved. So you can collect the gases separately, and you can use. So this is the why electrolysis is the most efficient method to produce hydrogen gases. So this is all about hydrogen energy, why it is called as green energy, and how the hydrogen energy can be utilized um, in a different functions. So if anyone have any doubt, then just ask. All of you have understand what is hydrogen energy, how it can be utilized, and what are the mainly demerit, why it is not utilized universally everywhere, as because it as a green and clean fuel, but you cannot utilize is everywhere due to this some complications like in production stage, then conversion of energy stage, the hydrogen production are there, different methods are also there. Then this hydrogen fuel cell, it converts the combination of hydrogen oxygen takes place inside, and the technology is nothing but the engine of this where can generate the energy. This is also complicated things, and the storage and transportation part, and mainly safety part. These are the different factors which are the main constraint to utilize this hydrogen as a green as a fuel everywhere. So if anyone have any doubt regarding this hydrogen fuel or hydrogen energy, can ask. Anyone? Have you understand all of this? Hydrogen energy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so next class we will discuss some different green energy, we have in our course biomass, bioenergy, biofuel. So for today, this all about. Okay, you can leave if there is no doubt.